And then there's, what else do I take? That was 2 nose drops. I already said 2 nose drops. Let me set my phone up, y'all. I always have congestion. Always have congestion. Since doing drugs, it just, that's part of the issues with the allergies and stuff. Let me see. Symbicort. Oh yeah, the breathing treatments have to have that. The first, I say about the first 8 years, I suffered with bronchitis really bad. And that's where the COPD came from. I had bronchitis so bad and pneumonia after doing these drugs. I'm telling y'all, when y'all think I'm joking, but when I tell you, I had bronchitis literally, I had bronchitis probably 15 years straight. I never got a break. I never was well. My immune system was always low. It was always low. I got sick. If you just come around me and sneeze, I got sick. My immune system was not working properly because those chemicals, again, that's in these drugs had messed me up. And I don't really never talk about it, but I guess I should because it may help somebody, But bronchitis was one of the things that damaged my lungs and pneumonia. And it also was a blessing to me, too, because the pneumonia was what finally made me quit. I caught pneumonia in both of my lungs. And it was so bad that it ruptured my bladder. What else did it do? It took my memory. My memory is not like all there. I get bits and pieces of my past. I can't remember everything. I mean, literally bits and pieces of my past. You tell me something, if I don't write it down, I'm probably not going to remember it. Or I'm probably just going to, just brush it off or something. If you see me writing, I'm interested in what you're saying. But, yeah, it's hard to really keep your train of thought if you don't have things written down. And my plus size grandma reality show, I don't have things written down for this show because it's just real. It's just who I am. And so if I jump topics, that's what you get. You get a jump topic. And that's part of, the part with the brain that gets affected by the drugs is that you're not able to remember like that. But I was talking about the medications that I'm on for these allergies since, the drugs. Okay, so I got to the Symbicort, the inhaler, and I'm looking right at these meds, y'all. The Singular, the Flonase, the Ipratropium. I can't even pronounce that name. But I'm on that. And y'all know this is stuff I had to take every morning. I was on steroids 15 years straight. You hear me? Steroids. Freaking steroids. For 15 years straight. 10 milligrams. Sometimes 20 milligrams. Sometimes having to take 60 milligrams at a time just to breathe. And my dumb self still didn't stop doing drugs. Bad as it was. I still kept doing it. So I was on steroids 15 years straight. I guess that was kind of an addiction too. I was on it that long and had to keep getting it and getting it. Now I didn't mess with pills. I couldn't stand like hydrocodone or opioids, stuff like that. I couldn't stand that. My system wouldn't tolerate that. But it's really bad. When I wake up every morning, I thank God because I say, I did this to me. Nobody did this to me. Nobody held a gun to my head. It was what I wanted to do at the time because I felt like this is what I needed for me to be a woman, to feel validated. Not to mention all the cigarettes and stuff that I smoked, which was adding on to, that's addiction by itself right there. Not being able to wake up. I smoked my crack, and then I would smoke a pack of cigarettes just like that. I had to keep going back for cigarettes. It was hard. And I just thank God that I'm not in that position anymore, to where I'm waking up with my routine. The routine for me, it was to wake my kids up, get them to school, and then I go out and smoke from 8 o'clock in the morning to I would smoke all day till it was time to come home and get the kids off the bus. And that went on for a pretty good while. I was on there for some years. Yep, I regret it. I regret that I ever put that stuff to my mouth. I regret that I ever tried to fit in. I regret that I didn't listen to when they said drugs fries your brain. You don't know what that means until your brain has been fried. I know I have some damaged areas that it's only by the grace of God I'm still able to function. You hear me? It's only by the grace of God that I can function, that I can still talk. Because as you see, if I don't write it down, I jump topics. I may lose concentration. I may not just want to hear you. And there's times when, I feel sorry for myself sometime. And then other times I just pick myself up and say, girl, that was a blessing for somebody else. That you went through that God gave you the strength to go through it, so that you can speak to somebody, because God knows who will be a witness and tell for him and who won't. Started really living life, because I didn't even know what life was until I gave my life to Christ. And when I did that, everything changed for me. I began to see healing. My lungs were healed. Healed. You hear me? Healed. I came off the steroids that I had been on for 15 years just to keep swelling down from these chemicals swelling me up. I was turned away from doctor offices too, because I would have so much crack in my system. I thank God I didn't lose my kids, because I've always been a good mother. But this morning I was just flashbacking on it, and I was like, wow. I had to learn a whole new routine. A whole new routine, meaning that I had to learn, when I get up in the morning, what are you going to do besides put on your clothes and go down the road and get you something to smoke? What you going to do? I had to learn to wake up every morning and first give God the thanks, and then find something to be productive and thankful for in that day. One day at a time. That's what it is. One day at a time. Am I still an addict? No. I'm an ex-addict. I'm an ex-addict. I don't not where I've been. I don't know where I've been. And as I sit on this step this morning, this is one of the things I love doing, is sitting on this step, and I just look at all the trees and the earth that God created, and just be thankful for it, and try to share something for the day that'll help the next person. Yeah, we pretty much count people out that are on drugs, but you don't know who you're running in contact with. You may be running in contact with the next CEO that looks high as crap. Well, that is high. You don't know why God is taking them through that. All I know is I wanted to feel loved. That's what I wanted. I wanted to feel loved. And guess what? The drug didn't love me, and the man didn't either. So it was all a waste. It was a waste of time. It was a waste of time. But just to let you know, though, this morning is pretty good. I woke up and I've accomplished some of the things I set out to do, which was just come home and get my medicine. Work a little bit on some radio stuff. Somebody calling me. Oh, God. Okay. I had to stop that phone call, y'all. So what I'm finna do now, I know I kind of jumped all over the place there, but I was just letting y'all know that life is real out here. If you choose to do drugs, then there's consequences behind it. If you choose to pop these pills, I have a story on that too, where I was popping pills along with doing it, and it started shutting my kidneys down. They told me my kidney function had a week to come up, and if it didn't come up, I'd be on dialysis the rest of my life if I couldn't get a transplant. But I thank God that was healed too. You know, God's still working miracles. He's still working miracles. But if you're going to do these drugs, know there's consequences out here. Know that once you are done doing them, that you got to deal with you. Listen, the people at the hospital, in the doctor's office, they paid to take care of you. They paid to do what they do. But at the end of the day, you got to go home and look in that mirror and deal with you. That's what you got to do. You got to be able to face what you have done to yourself and still be able to live life to the fullest. And that's what I do. I don't hide it or nothing like that. I face what I did to myself, and I continue to live. Was I ashamed at first? Yeah. Heck yeah, I was ashamed. Nobody knew I was smoking. Nobody knew I was sniffing. Nobody knew I was an alcoholic. For all they knew, I was a church-going lady that sung songs all her life. That's all they knew. That's all they knew me for, was church and going to a party, having a good time. They didn't know I was doing all this other stuff in the closet. But eventually it comes out. It'll tell on you. Eventually you keep doing it in the closet long enough, it'll come out. Through your actions, through your behavior, because it affects all of that. You may think you're normal. You may think that you're the same person that you was in high school, but you're not. You may think you're the same person that you was 10 years ago, but you're not. You're somebody totally different. Every time you use a drug that alters your mind, it alters your perception. That's why you see so many proud people on crack. They so proud. They don't care if they go raggedy or whatever, but they proud of it. Because their mind has been altered. Their perception of life has been altered to not care about themselves. God, that's a big cat this morning. Get on. I'm sitting outside. This cat come up out of nowhere. Jeez. Might have to take off. But anyway, they have been deceived by the enemy to believe you are your best. Just like this. But you don't know your best. Your best is yet to come. I'm still not at my best yet. My best is still yet to come. Every day is my best that is still yet to come. I keep pushing harder and harder each day. Because I know if I don't push me, the enemy will. The enemy will. Alright, y'all. So that's enough for right now. Well, I did almost talk 30 minutes. Look at Miss Coco. Almost talking 30 minutes. But I don't want to bore you out at one time, you know. Some people get this and some people won't. Why I put it on my plus size grandma reality show is because this is what I live. This is what my babies have to come to. You have to realize who you are. You got grandchildren out here. You got children out here. This is who they see every day. Whether you realize it or not. If you're acting funny, them kids see that. Them kids see that every day. And so I think it's something that, you know, I just wanted to share with people. My babies know who I am. They know when I'm feeling bad. They know when I'm feeling good. Because they see me every day. And that's one thing drugs do, is it alters your perception. It makes you think you're the same person every day. But you're not the same person every day. Each day is a different day. And you're not the same. You're not the same person. You be a good person one day. The next day you might be a person out of control. But you got to learn how to manage everything in life. Too much of anything ain't good. Alright, y'all. Thank y'all for listening, though, to my plus size grandma. I'm getting ready to get up out of here because I do got some stuff to do. I got some Facebook posts I want to post, and we're going to have a fan page soon as I get time to do it. Yeah, but let me go and call my daughter because that's who I usually get with every morning, you know, for our prayer breakfast or whatever. And see what she got going on this morning. And once I get through, you know, just helping her and, you know, being a mother to her, then I go and take care of my other